Yeah, thank you so much, Anderson. Of course, we have been labeled, three of us.
Of course, that was a light moment.
That we
can never take it.
We look like we are anti-government.
No, it can't
many
be
of
that.
those things, but that is not true. I am a non-partisan person. I don't have even a card for any political party, and I will not have. Two, in Busoga we have a saying, muzane bulungi ng'uwona ali kungulu. And that's what I am. And I'm seeing several making that the meaning of that saying. When you find two kids playing and they are in sort of a fight, wrestling, and you find that yours is the one which is on top, pressing the other one, you say, play well, you kids, what's wrong with you? Play well, don't fight. But if you find the other one on top of your kid, you don't even say anything. You say, this is stupid kids. Who brought you here to fight with my children? I don't know what Sevalu would do if he was an opposition candidate in Uganda. I don't know what he would do. Because in Uganda, elections are violent. And they are violent against the opposition. Even in his NRM, the candidate who is mainstream, who is attached to the powers that be, always oppresses the ones who are in the periphery. You can see the case in Zimbabwe recently, where a certain general was mauling people. Even his people shot and killed a person. We have not heard anybody who is being tried. So it is very bad that people in Uganda don't see these things. Even if you just came from another country and you don't know these people, and you just watch, you just keep there and watch. You don't have any side, you are not NUP, you are not FDC, you are not NRM, and you just watch. If you are a normal human being, you will see that there is unfairness here. Unfairness creates radical people. Once people are treated unfairly, they naturally become radical. Fire begets fire. You have seen this in apartheid system in South Africa. You have seen this under the opposition in Kenya when they were struggling under KANU. You saw this in many places, even in Europe. Once people are treated unfairly, automatically they will become radical. And how do they become radical? There is survival for the fittest. That is the instinct that human being is born with. No human being will allow die without fighting. In 2021, we had an election. And you saw what happened in this country if you are old enough to understand. People were killed. People were taken to prison. There are women who are still crying up to today. They don't know where their children went. They don't know where their husbands went. They don't know where their girls went. Up to today, 5 years, and you have a government which calls itself a government, and it has never accounted for those people. If they go and join KYAGULANYI, and they say, let's go and we struggle, do you accuse them? He was saying that people were preparing parades and moving around as if they are soldiers. I told you, fire begets fire. For those who have played football, when you are going to play a team, you train according to the tactics of that team. If the team is manual, you have to train to play passes. You have to train. Now in Uganda, if you are preparing, that's why some of us are not in politics. I saw him wishing me to be in politics. I can't. I cannot be a politician here. I don't want to be beaten as if I am a thug. So, these things which the policemen are doing, there is a difference, Mr. Cheno, between policing and running a military battle. And I hope you know. In Uganda, the training that our police officers are given is not for policing. Remember those days we used to have police and military police. These days, have you seen even where military police is called? Military police is almost redundant. because the police itself has become military. Because those days when we were young, there would be police to do policing work. We would be at the university. I was at the university during that time when Ugandans were demanding so many things. So once in a while there would be struggles. You would never see people coming to attack you with guns. They would come with batons. When they find that you are now becoming violent, they would now call in military police. And I remember once the military police arrived, we would call them policina, Malegoga. Once they arrive, you would have to change the game. But these days, a police officer, you see a police officer speaking on TV or in radio, and the man is only speaking military. If you joke with us, we shall crush you. Police officer? No. A police officer is supposed to keep law and order. He's not supposed to carry machine gun. But these days, you see police officers are seated on a mamba. And you wonder, which country has attacked Uganda? By the way, the only time you can use a mamba is when maybe a country, an enemy, has attacked Uganda. You cannot use a mamba on civilian Ugandans. So I want to urge you that, Mr. Sebalu, you are older than me, and you are more senior in politics. But what is happening in our country is not good. People should not see young men, women. The other day in Kawempe, I saw a man, an old man, who was putting on a nupu cape. He was beaten by police and the man collapsed. And the young people carried the old man. The man was over 70, I would imagine. The man had collapsed and they were carrying and taking to the police that umuntu wa muhuno, mumurie. This is a man who has left home. He has served this country diligently. He seemed a retired person, but in his heart he feels that the person he can support is Bobby Wine. Is that a crime? So for me, I want, Asebalu wants to assure us and other people who think like him that it is in NUP, that NUP has a magnet that collects criminals. Criminals only are attracted to NUP. And if we were a government, therefore, we would want to find out what is this in NUP that attracts criminals, that wherever NUP is, police must be there to look for criminals. And where the other candidates are, there are no criminals. I find that ridiculous, and we need to stop. This country needs a peaceful election where each person... They used to tell us that opposition don't have anything to say. These days when I listen to these opposition candidates, they have manifestos. They are stating issues on health, they are stating issues on education, but even when they are doing so, they don't want them. They said, okay, these opposition people are dancing just. Now, the dancing is more in the NRA now. That's where there is dancing, now people are dancing. Right. And when they are dancing, there is no problem. I want to tell you, me, I may not have a side right now, but what you do to a human being pulls me to sympathize with a weaker person, because that is the normal human being thing. So for me, I feel that NRM is already powerful, is already strong. They have the state, they have the resources of government. The president is using presidential material to campaign. He's campaigning with miserable people who don't have any finance, who don't have anything. Leave them campaign. I told people here that Suluhu Hassan would have won an election without killing even a bird. But Africans enjoy subduing others. They just want to subdue you so that by the day they say those ones, we finished them. That mentality must stop.
All right.